you're watching German Gyan. My name is German, and guys, today we are up with the fourth episode of sentence structure, which is B2 sentence structure video. Yes guys, the whole B2 grammar we have compiled in one video and we are just giving to you. In this you're gonna know basically you're gonna revise all the B2 sentence structure. If you have missed any one part of this series, then I will be putting the playlist link here. Make sure to watch every episode, A1, A2, B1, because sentence structure is something by which you become some master of German language of that particular level. Yes guys, it is very mandate to grip the master. You have to master the sentence structure. It is very important. And guys, if you're watching for the very first time, then my name is Nidhi and I am the CEO and the founder of German Gyan. German Gyan provides you online offline classes. We do provide teacher training program, exam preparation, brush up classes, speaking practice, like whatever you can think around German. German Gyan is a one-stop solution. So let's start the video. I'm very excited. Let's go.
German B2 level sentence structures. The first topic is the word S. So S is used in many places. The first is that it is used in weather and time expressions. So the structure is that you use S as a subject, then verb, and then the optional details. For example, es regnet seit gestern means it has been raining since yesterday. And second, es ist spät means it is late. The second use of S word is that it is used as an impersonal expression. So the structure is that S is used as a subject, then comes the verb and then the object. For example, es gibt viele Möglichkeiten means there are many possibilities. And second, es scheint, dass krank ist means it seems that he is sick. Third use is that it is used as a formal object, and the structure is that first you write subject, then verb, then S, then für, and then adjective or noun. For example, ich halte es für eine gute Idee means I consider it a good idea. S is also used in anticipatory clauses. So the structure is that first you write S, then verb, then object, and then the subordinate clause and the infinitive clause. For example, es freut mich, dass du gekommen bist means it makes me happy that you came. Next topic is connectors with infinitive. So there are some connectors which uses infinitive form of the verb. So the connectors are zu, ohne zu, and anstatt zu. And the structure is first you write the subject, verb, and object. That means you write the Hauptsatz, then you put a comma, then write then rest of the sentence, then at the last second place you write zu, and the action verb comes in the infinitive form at the end of the sentence. Now if you are framing a sentence with ohne zu, then instead of you can just write ohne, and then in the structure of anstatt zu you have to write anstatt at the place of For example, ich lerne Deutsch in Deutschland zu studieren means I am learning German to study in Germany. And second example is ging ins Büro ohne etwas zu sagen means he went into the office without saying anything. So while using these connectors, you have to remember that the action verb comes at the end of the sentence in the infinitive form, and before that you have to write zu. Then relative clause mit where. So the sentence starts with where, then object, and then verb, because relative clause frames a Nebensatz. That's why the verb is at the end of the sentence. Then after verb you write comma and then pronoun, then again verb, and then rest of the sentence. For example, wer früh aufsteht, der ist produktiver means those who get up early are more productive. And second example is wer Hunger hat, der soll essen means if you are hungry you should eat. Then passive mit werden, which is used to show Vorgang passive, and the structure is that first you write the subject, then verb at the second place which is conjugated according to the subject, and then you write the participe zwei of the verb. And then if you want, then you can also write that who has done the work, otherwise you can just leave it. For example, Das Haus wird renoviert means the house is being renovated. So in this sentence I haven't told that who has renovated the house, because when we write a sentence in passive, then the focus is on the work, like which work has been done, and not the person who is doing the work. So if you are removing it the subject, it's okay. Then second example is Das Haus wird von den Arbeitern renoviert means the house is being renovated by the workers. So now in this sentence I have also told that who has renovated the house. Then another passive is passive mit sein. This is Zustand passive. And the structure is that first you write subject, then you write sein, which is conjugated according to the subject, and then the participle zwei of the verb. Again, it's not important to write the thing that who has done the work. For example, das Fenster ist geöffnet means the window is open. Second, die Tür ist abgeschlossen means the door is locked. Then passive Ersatzform using können. So the structure is first you write subject, then modal verb können, then extra part of the sentence, then action verb in P2 form and werden. For example, die Aufgabe wird gelöst. So as you can see, this sentence is in passive present. Now I can frame this sentence using können, which is a passive Ersatzform. So my sentence will be Die Aufgabe kann gelöst werden means the task can be solved. So this shows that if you have written a sentence in passive present, then you can write that sentence with können also, and the meaning will be same. Then again passive Ersatzform with sein plus zu plus infinitive. So the structure is that first you write subject, then verb, then rest of the sentence, then zu, and then action verb in the infinitive form. So what you have to remember that you have to write the verb sein at the second place, and then with sein you can write any other action verb in the infinitive form at the end of the sentence, but remember before that you have to place zu. For example, die Aufgabe ist zu lösen means the task must be solved. Another example is Der Bericht ist bis morgen zu schreiben means the report must be written by tomorrow. Passive Ersatzformen with sich lassen plus infinitive. That means you will use lassen, and because lassen is a reflexive verb, so you have to use the reflexive pronoun also, and you can write the infinitive form of the verb at the end of the sentence. So your structure will be subject, then lassen, then reflexive pronoun, and then infinitive of the action verb. For example, Das Problem lässt sich von einem Experten lösen means the problem can be solved by an expert. Another example is Das Dokument lässt sich leicht herunterladen means the document is easy to download. Modal clause using dadurch das. So your structure is first you write the Hauptsatz, that means the structure will be subject plus verb plus object, then you put a comma, then you write dadurch again comma, and then you have to frame the Nebensatz, that means after this the verb will be at the end. For example, hat die Prüfung bestanden, dadurch, dass jeden Tag gelernt means he passed the exam because he studied every day. Another modal clause you can write using in dem. Again the structure will be Hauptsatz, that means first sentence will be subject plus verb plus object, then you place a comma, then you write in dem, then verb at the end of the sentence. For example, Sie verbessert ihr Deutsch indem sie deutsche Podcast hört means she improves her German by listening to German podcast. Then comes conjunctive eins, also known as reported speech. Now, if you are writing a sentence in reported speech, then remember that you have to write the conjugation in conjunctive eins form. So, your structure will be once you write sie, then sagte, then put a comma and write das, and then write subject and verb. Now, remember that verb should be in the conjunctive eins form. And if you don't want, then you can just remove das and you can simply write the sentence. For example, in direct speech we say sagt ich bin müde, but in the indirect speech you say sagt sei müde. So here sei is the conjugation of sein in conjunctive eins form, so you have to follow the same pattern.
So guys, how was this video? I hope you loved this video. Thank you so much for showering lots of love. We'll catch you in the next one. Till then, keep learning German with German Gyan. Take care.